Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome on into the Swear Word. I'm your host, Brandon Swear, and hey, this is a podcast for the Chilihead community, by the Chilihead community. Regardless of your spice tolerance, this is the place for you. Man, we're going to have an amazing episode here tonight. Have two sauces on Hot or Not, an amazing guest plugged in and ready to go, as well as we have a fun game. So jump on in, be a part of it, and let's have a blast. But episode 56 starts now. All right. Hey, welcome on in. So glad to have everyone here, Swear Nation. I see the chat's already having a blast. Thank y'all so much for being here. Hey, we have an amazing episode here tonight. If this is your first time checking out the show, thank you so much for being here. You know, this is a podcast that you can find every Tuesday night. And now, just a quick teaser for everyone. You know, through December going forward, you can also catch a brand new episode on Thursday nights as well. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, the Chilihead spot to be, and check on into the Swear Word. Share it around with other like-minded Chiliheads. We're trying to continue to grow here on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it, we're there. But yeah, this is going to be an absolute blast. We have two sauces from T0tsauce on deck for Hot or Not. Tonight's guest is the owner of Fuego Fruit Co. and an Elote food truck that's local here. But let's get on over to Hot or Not. All right, welcome on into Hot or Not. We have two amazing sauces here from T0tsauce. We have mijo and we got pineapple. So looking forward to checking out both of these. T0tsauce has been featured on here before. Amazing stuff from T0tsauce. So definitely looking forward to getting into these. But let's do this. Let's go ahead and start out with the mijo first. So once again, for all those that are interested, this is a perforated label. So I'll go ahead and open this one up. Give it a good shake. Boom, look at that. Loving the color. No flow restrictor. You know, keep the good times flowing. There we go. Overall, love the labeling. Love the color of the sauce. Got a little bit on my nose there. All right. It smells phenomenal. Let's get this pour going. All right. Cheers. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So right off the bat, such an amazing overall taste. Zesty. It's got this little bit of savory notes that are coming through. And then you start to get the zing and the pop of the overall spice and the pepper that's really shining through. Man, phenomenal job. I mean, absolutely tastes like you're taking, this is your go-to sauce, I'll tell you that. For burritos, tacos, any type of Mexican dish, this is absolutely going to be the go-to. Move over your normal grocery store find. This is the one to dethrone you. Absolutely amazing. That's mijo. So let me go ahead and get some of this stuff input here. If you are, first time checking out the show and you're trying to figure out how this whole thing's working and what's going on, let me go ahead and break this down for you. I don't do a 1 to 10 scale here. I do a 1 out of 5, and that's based off of 5 different categories. Those categories are heat, aroma, flavor, versatility, and burn. And from that, I take those and get the overall, add them up and average them out, and I get the total swear word rating. So yes, I did break down heat and I did break down burn, slightly different. Heat is that first, 5 to, max 30-second window. That initial pop of heat is really what you're getting. Burn is where it sits, how it sits. Does it migrate? Does it linger? You name it. That's the overall duration and really magnitude of the burn. So that's how I break that one down. let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to get some stuff jotted down here on the overall. So if you're looking at the Miho and you're like, is this going to be something safe for me? Yes, definitely it will be, because overall, this is a sauce that it does pack a nice punch, but if you're just getting started out, it's definitely going to be on the higher end of hot for you. If you are you're actively seeking it, you're always trying to push yourself to the limits, this is going to be a nice medium style sauce, medium heat. So overall, phenomenal heat on this. Love the aroma. We didn't really talk about that too much. Let me get another. All in all, you're getting a lot of the zestiness from the overall spices that are in this sauce. You're getting a lot of the overall, aroma on this is phenomenal. It honestly smells like a taco straight out of the bottle. All right, as far as the overall aroma, we've already kind of talked on this. I would definitely say this has a phenomenal aroma, a phenomenal flavor. It definitely drives home that Mexican table sauce, if you will. So anything that you're going to be throwing on your typical Mexican dishes, or you want that Mexican pop to your overall food, that is absolutely going to be the game changer for that. The burn on this, not too bad. You're feeling a little bit initially on the gums. That kind of starts to recede. It's more the back of the mouth, not quite the back of the throat. Nice little rumble, burn, a little bit of sizzle. Nothing too crazy. And then it starts to fade away. Nothing ever makes it in the chest or in the stomach. Overall, phenomenal sauce. But let's go ahead and do this. So, heat coming in. This is on Miho. Heat coming in at a heat of 3.1. Aroma at 3.85. Flavor at 4.1. Versatility at a 4. And a burn of 3.4 for a total swear word rating of... Boom. There we go. 3.69. And let's see. All right. Hey, look at that. We already have the next card up. But 3.69 total swear word rating for Miho. Man, that was a phenomenal sauce. But let's go ahead and jump on over to Pineapple. All right. So for Pineapple, let's get this one going. Love the labeling. Once again, perforated. Go ahead and get that started. And give it a good shake. All right. Great color. And no flow restrictor. Right off the bat, you're getting an amazing, nice little, just a touch of sweetness as far as the aroma goes, but a very nice savory note to it. You can just really pick up the depth to this sauce. It's not, with it being pineapple, you are not really picking up on any kind of strong, overly fruity notes to this. So definitely digging that. But let's go ahead and get this one poured here. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's so good. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. So right off the bat, very crisp, refreshing. You get this nice, creamy, savory note that then starts to transition into the pineapple forward nature. It is not sweet by any means in that note. You get just a very small window of really having that sweet, because the savory notes and the complexities really start to carry forward on that. And as that starts to transition in, you're really feeling it on the back end, where you're getting that nice pepper notes, and it's really just carrying through and finishing out. And as it starts to finish out is when you start to tie back into those initial notes as well. It absolutely phenomenal sauce. If you're one that you stay away from fruit-based sauces because you're just worried that, man, this is going to be super sweet, It's not going to it's not going to go well with my dishes, and it's going to clash. This is definitely not that sauce. This is one that you can use, for any of your dishes and really be able to take it up a notch. Absolutely going to be amazing on tacos, burgers, pizzas, with chicken. I mean, you name it, this is going to be there for it. I'm also thinking this would be a phenomenal one too to use as a base for a salad dressing. If you've been watching some of the shows, you already know that that's what I like to do with a lot of my hot sauces as well, is try to incorporate them into a salad dressing that I would be whipping up. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and get some stuff input here. If you are just getting started with eating spicy food, this is definitely going to be hotter than the mijo, but it is not going to be just substantially hotter. You'll still be able to enjoy this. It'll be one that you want to use in moderation, because it is, once again, a step up from mijo. So use it in moderation. Find where you're comfortable. Start to add from there. If you are actively, always pushing yourself to the limits, and this is going to be a nice medium heat sauce. It is, as far as, so the heat does kind of spike quick, and it does build and linger. So on the burn end, it does build and linger. It does notch it up just a little bit from there, but not too much. So really, you're going to be thinking a nice medium heat sauce for all y'all that are out there really just seeking out the hottest things you can. All in all, though, versatility wise, I could see myself using this on just about anything. Oddly enough, with it even being a fruit-based sauce, probably not one that I would gravitate too much towards in the realm of a dessert. Maybe a brownie, or ice cream, but that's kind of about it on this one. All in all, phenomenal sauce. But let's get this written down here. So, all right. So, actually, what we'll do, because I just realized I did not read off the ingredients for either the mijo or the pineapple. So we'll read off the ingredients for pineapple first. Pineapple has yellow ghost peppers, pineapple, bell pepper, Texas honey, lime juice, lime zest, orange juice, orange zest, garlic, turmeric, cane sugar, cumin, avocado oil, xanthan gum, apple cider vinegar, and distilled vinegar. So, very nice lineup of ingredients there. Let's go ahead and get this one read off here. All right, so heat coming in at 3.5, aroma coming in at 3.88, flavor coming in at 3.87, versatility at a 4, burn at a 3.8 for a total swear word rating of 3.8. There we go. 3.81 from Pineapple. And what we'll do is, because I forgot to read off those other ingredients for mijo, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So, for mijo, the ingredients are chili de árbol, and then we have bell pepper, cumin, paprika, chili powder, turmeric, garlic, cilantro, Mexican oregano, parsley, peppercorn, kosher salt, avocado oil, xanthan gum, distilled vinegar, and apple cider vinegar. So absolutely loving what they're doing over at T0tsauce with both the mijo and the pineapple. I'll have direct links for all those down below, so you can pick yourself some up, as well as a direct link to the main website so you can check out all the other sauces that they offer and get yourself some nice T0tsauce swag. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the interview. Hey, Gerald, how's it going?
It's going. What's up, man?
Man, going good. I appreciate you coming on tonight. Having, you have quite a few things going. You have the elote business and the pepper growing business. Man, so I guess tell everyone a little bit about both of those and what you got going on with them.
The food truck, we do traditional North Mexican like snacks and recipes. We operate all over DFW for that. We do events as well as like our daily operation is usually at like a brewery or another right now. We bounce around from Oak Highlands Brewery, Petty Colas, and there's another one out in Wiley that we do
Okay.
closer to closer to our buddy Nate.
Very nice. Very nice. The so how long have you been growing hot peppers now?
Uh, this first year, this last year is my first year doing it like for anyone else or like for profit or for hot sauce makers or restaurants or anything like that. But I've been doing it off and on for like a decade
Very
at
nice.
least.
Very nice. Okay. How have you liked that? What has the overall response been from I guess what you're growing? I know that you have some peppers that are sourced for T0tsauce that was featured on Hot or Not tonight. But how many other companies are you typically helping out with your grow?
So right now the I supply for my own food truck. Tot Sauce gets the lion's share of my stuff right now because I didn't. This was like a test year, right? We're trying to figure out like what grows well in the setup that I've got, what people want in this area, that kind of stuff. Picking genetics, phenotypes, all that. Getting the clones ready. All that takes time. That's what this year was for. That's why I grew so many different varieties. And then there's a few other hot sauce companies that I met up at the event that we did, the North Texas Hot Sauce Festival. And I've gotten a few bags of peppers out to them since then. I think Dragonfire Hot Sauce, and then I think there's another company that I'm getting their stuff together right now. I think it was like Pepper and Thyme. So we'll see what that looks like. But Dragonfire is supposed to be doing like some kind of experimental, like all black or like a darker colored sauce, and they picked up a cross that was really neat. It was a pink tiger crossed with a regular Carolina Reaper, and they came out looking like this. Let's see if I can hold on. Where's the camera? See if I
Oh,
could.
very nice.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah.
like
So it's really dark, really black pod on the larger side, more like a Reaper. It's the only phenotype that I came out that looked like this. The other ones came out like a little crescent shaped, and the leaves were smaller, the stems were purple, and the plant wasn't commercially viable in any way, shape, or form. But
got it.
these I was excited about. So I'm excited to see what he comes up with that.
Okay.
Um, and then yeah, the other side of that is individually Fuego Fruit Co., which I started to do to supply DFW with everything related to peppers, right? Any kind of exotic peppers like powders, the fresh, dry fruit, um, different salsas. We'll be carrying any local hot sauce guys around here. Eventually, we're going to have a brick and mortar up for both of them, and there'll be a section where I'll have the fresh peppers and all of you guys' hot sauces available for everybody in the area.
Very nice. All right, definitely looking forward to that. The overall flavor on, I mean, obviously we talked about that pepper in particular, and it popped in my head, and I'm kind of curious to know, as far as the flavor profile on that and heat, did a lot of the Carolina Reaper aspects carry forward on that, or is it much more toned down?
So it definitely got toned down quite a bit as far as Scoville unit. I'd say like personally, it's probably like 250 to 350. It's a little bit hotter than a habanero. At least some of them can be quite a bit hotter than a habanero, but nowhere near like a million or even like over 600,000. I don't think. And they have a really savory, like smoky kind of flavor. Not no floral, not a whole lot of fruity. It's a real it's real meaty almost. Like
Okay.
um, it's interesting. I like it. It's got a good smell to it too. So it'd probably go better with some kind of sauce that fits that flavor profile better. Maybe like some kind of mushroom umami kind of thing or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. That sounds phenomenal. I would assume it's also got a little bit of a thicker wall, so you could probably get a lot more whenever it comes time for dehydrating.
Yeah, they do have a pretty thick wall.
Very nice. Okay. Well, let me do this. Let me. Normally I jump off with this question, but obviously diving into and learning about the peppers and everything that you have going on is pretty interesting. But as far as getting into the world of spice, like what really brought you in? What was that jump off moment for you?
Well, I mean, I've been eating spicy foods my whole life. I'm half Mexican, so my family, we've been eating spicy foods since I was, a kid, right? Like my so that, I mean, that would be the starting point, right? And then, from there, like I've always liked peppers for the extra aspect of like people. There's all sorts of cool food items that people have a passion for, but like peppers have that extra like little bit of people really like them and they seek them, and it's that hot experience is a little bit different than most foods can offer, right? Like it really gets you, when you get sweating and your eyes start watering and your body starts heating up, and it's just there's nothing like it.
Yep.
They're neat, and they're used for so often in just about every cuisine on the planet for that reason, right? Like they just bring such a unique aspect to cuisine, and it's something that people can get a little bit passionate about, like more so than just like regular food, right? So it's and everybody likes food, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. Okay. Very nice insight on that. With that being said, is that something that you tend to gravitate towards more, knowing that obviously you have the food truck side of things, but then for your own personal consumption, do you always kind of view, whether that be fresh pods, powders, sauces, as how can this apply to my next dish or something I'm going to
oh
enjoy?
yeah. Oh man, I threw an aji mango, an aji limon, and I think a peach into my tuna salad yesterday. So if that gives you like an idea of like,
Very nice.
what I do on a daily basis when it comes to eating. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We make cool sauces here all the time, cool ferments. I'm gonna start pickling a bunch of stuff here soon, and yeah, I cook with them and often, and I'm always looking for like new cool ways to incorporate whatever pepper I grow or any new pepper like into food stuffs because there's so many of them, and we use like four, you know,
Yeah.
and just on this table alone, I've got like at least 10. So it's just why not?
Yeah. No, definitely.
Just like I think that's happening all over the world with all sorts of cuisines. Chefs are starting to pay more and more attention to their different produce, local produce. Purple carrots, whatever. Like, there's 20 different carrots. There's 1,000 different potatoes. Like, why are we just using the same three, four over and over and over again? It's boring, and it's not necessary either. So, and it gives farmers and people a chance to make a better income or grow something that makes them a little bit more money than the standard stuff, and that people enjoy more.
Yep.
Just
Absolutely.
makes life better, right?
Very well said. Yeah, definitely it does. I mean, so to tie back to also, so going from the food truck side and also what you just mentioned, the North Texas Hot Sauce Fest. For anyone that was watching that live stream, obviously you got to catch some of the competition before my phone died, and then we ended up transitioning on over to a secondary recording to be uploaded. But you had the Elote Cup Challenge Cup. Tell us a little bit about that Elote Cup.
So that challenge we did specifically for that event, we are going to carry it forward, and we are working on a smaller individual size. This one is closer to or more for a competitive eater, somebody who's familiar with spice as well as large volumes of food. Um, it's five of our large elote cups. Nate from T0tsauce's tincture that he made out of ghost peppers that I think he calls them dye drops. We reduced that down into a thick paste. Used a little bit of his original bit with that, and then we powdered up some Trinidad Moruga scorpions, some California Reapers, and some ghosts, and added grams of the powder in the elote until we got to a point where we thought it was spicy enough for the challenge. it did pretty well. We knocked out 2 or 3 competitors, and then you got to try it as well.
It was amazing, and both being able to pack that flavor and that punch, you knocked it out of the park on that. The overall volume, yeah, there was so many people that when it was set down in front of them that were doing the competition, they're like, how am I
That
supposed to
that
eat
was
that?
just an extra large cup. That was just like a regular like styrofoam cup filled for our individual channel. I mean, they were eating a lot of other spicy things too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but for our individual challenge, it would be about like 5 of those.
Man, okay. That's definitely something to keep in mind because the volume on that would be pretty substantial. But if that's the main thing you're going in on, and you're not worried about everything else you've kind of consumed throughout the day, and you're going in it with the right mentality, it would be a tough battle, but definitely one that wouldn't be completely impossible at that point.
Oh, I know some big dudes that can, and some little dudes that can get through 5 cups of corn, not that bad. So,
Yeah, no, definitely. I loved the touch of putting the fresh pepper in the elote cup. I don't know if
that just
that's
look
just
cool.
I don't know if that was just for the competition or what, but I mean, it was pretty nice touch. That's for sure.
Any kind of fresh peppers that I have on the truck, like if somebody does order the challenge, we'll slap one on there just for the visual. You know,
Yeah,
nothing like a nice little edible garnish, right?
yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay, okay. So as far as what between the two, I mean, I guess they really kind of run in tandem for your businesses. Um, do you tend to see yourself gravitating towards one more in the eyes of a passion as something you're just like really trying to continue foster and grow? But does one kind of pique your interest a little bit more than the other, or are they pretty even?
Um, so I'm a big fan of like complexity when it comes to like whatever holds my interest for an extended period of time. And when it comes to the food truck, adding like cool new menu items or finding a way to like bring a traditional a cultural staple to regular palettes, or something like that, that kind of stuff is fun. Similarly, like with growing peppers, is dialing things in for growing them as best as you can or as quick as you can, or getting the flavors that you want, or breeding the certain types that you want, that kind of stuff. That's the fun for it. For me, I bounce around both, but right now I'm focusing on growing peppers as much as possible, just because we're that side of the business is getting up and running. The food truck's good. We're just looking for a physical location right now to tie that in. And yeah, it's doing good, and so I don't really have to pay that much attention to it. But there's a lot of work to do with the peppers and the new land that we're expanding to, and all the new orders and all that kind of stuff. So farming ain't easy.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I you know, just having the grows that I've had, I know it's a daunting task. And when you start throwing around the idea of a larger land piece to really kind of like continue to grow out and expand, makes me wonder like, is this something that you're solely doing on your own, or do you have help with the growing process? Because I mean, obviously, that's two things that are really conflicting time wise.
So yeah, so I have a few people that help me out, and we just kind of bounce around between whatever we need to. There's 2 people that help me do just about everything. You'll see Anthony on the truck a lot. They were both at the festival, and then my buddy Jordan helps out as well, and we all bounce around between. Who needs to, like, if there's an event, all 3 of us will show up on the food truck. Sometimes one of us will just go if it's going to be an easy day, and the other 2 go, let's say, water, or like do any kind of pepper stuff or that kind of thing. And that takes up the majority of our time for the most part, but you'll definitely see all 3 of us on there for like larger events like that hot sauce festival.
You have quite a few people that sauce wise at North Texas Hot Sauce Festival. But how and obviously with your growing, how can people get a hold of you? Are you open to the idea of working with other sauce companies as far as growing is concerned? What does that look like?
Yeah, so now that winter's rolling around, we are taking orders for any local sauce makers or restaurants that want something unique or can't get what they need here, or they're getting killed by shipping or whatever. And the truck, for anything truck related, you can catch us. Our schedule's on streetfoodfinder.com, Facebook. It's posted every day, and you can also always check out our Instagram. For any of the pepper related stuff, you can get on our Instagram for that. That's Fuego Fruit Co. That one's separate. And you can send me a message on there.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and jump on over to the game. All right. So this is the 5. So the fun thing about the 5 is just that I'm going to be showing you 5 different images, and there's no rhyme or reason to this. 1 could be the best, 5 could be the best. It's all however you see it. So for this first round, I'll pull up these images one by one, and we'll go from there. So first up, these are all from your Instagram. Here, let me blow that up for you. This is the Scotch bonnet mushroom or Jamaican
No,
mushroom.
that's they get confused, and like the seeds get mixed up for people a lot. But that is a Jamaican red, and it is an anum, not a chinense.
Okay.
They're different species.
That's the first one up. Where would you like that one placed? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5?
Uh, that one's that one's probably a 5. I'm not personally a huge fan of that pepper.
Okay, okay. What
It's got great flavor, but it's a little thin walled, and it's got a lot of seeds.
okay, okay. I'll grab this next one so I can see this. All right. So, once again, off your Instagram, we have the Maruga.
That Trinidad Moruga scorpion. That's
Yep.
3.
Okay, okay. What makes it a 3 in your mind?
That's classic.
Okay.
It's got great flavor. Overall heat. Decent sized pod. Thick, decent thick wall. It's a good pepper.
Okay, okay. Boom. Up next.
That's the Caribbean red.
Yep. Trying to make it big enough that everyone can see. But all right, Caribbean red. Where would you like this one placed? We have 1, 2, and 4 still available.
Probably 2.
2. All right.
Without knowing what else is coming up, 2. Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's a classic as well, and on top of that, it's a much more used staple. Like, how many people have ever cooked with a Moruga scorpion?
Yeah. Fair enough. That's a good
But the
point.
Caribbean red's great flavor. Everybody can at least attempt to try it out. Habaneros are those great, even when people aren't like big chili heads, you can kind of get them to at least try a little bit of it, and they freak out. It's spicy for them, but it's still fun, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you hand them a scorpion or something, they'll just throw up,
Yeah.
and that's not fun for anybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some
Well, yeah,
fun.
no, I thought about it when I said it. I was like, it's kind of fun. Oh.
Yeah. It's always great to watch people melt their face off on something that you either grew or created. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
all right, we got the Reaper here. We got 1 and 4 available.
It's a 4.
This is a 4. All right.
I like
it.
Reapers, but I'm not a huge fan of that they have some kind of back end. One, they're stingy. The heat is really stingy. It's really individually pinprick painful, if I
Mm-hmm.
were to describe it well. And it's kind of bitter on the back end. So I'm not a huge fan
Fair
of
enough.
Reaper stuff and
Fair
Reapers in
enough.
general
Well,
by
that
themselves.
automatically by default makes the purple
It's the purple
UFO.
UFO #1.
Oh man! So now here's your choice. I mean, you have them lined up this way. Looking at the list and what you have now, since things can't be moved, we'll first approach it in this order. Is it still number one is the best, or are you going to flip it to number 5 as the best and number 1's the worst?
We're probably flipping it at this point. I can't give the purple UFO the #1 spot. They don't deserve it.
Yeah, I
It's
would
a
say
weird
the
pepper.
purple UFO is definitely one of my least enjoyed peppers. That's for sure. Uh,
Have you eaten it?
yeah, I've had it and I've tried it from many different growers, and even the ones that claim and swear it's phenomenal. By the time I try it, I'm not impressed. I just don't. I don't. It's not that it's the worst pepper ever. It's just not. It's not memorable to me, and it doesn't really taste
Uh,
that great.
have you had a ripe one?
Yeah, I mean I've had one that's purple and I've had one that's red before.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah,
So
they don't the red ones are once they're like ripe, they taste a little bit better to me, but I don't like them either. It's
yeah.
not they're not very tasteful. They're kind of acrid almost, and they're kind of bell peppery. So like I'm not. I don't. I just no.
Yep. Yep. No, I completely agree with that. Let's do this. Let's jump on over to the second round of this. All right. So here's the second round of the 5. First up, we have summer.
I mean, if we're doing seasons, like, is this just random stuff
I
or?
don't know. Up next, we have winter. The sometimes beloved winter.
Yeah, a lot of people like winter. A lot of people gonna have strong opinions about this. I think winter's mids. Um, it's pretty midsy. It's not great. It's not super bad. It's got its merits, but it's pretty mids. We're gonna hit it with 3.
All right. 3 it is. I'm liking to see, or I'm gonna like seeing how this next few play out. There's potentially some just thrown in here to. We've already rolled it out. Popcorn.
Popcorn. That's comparing a food stuff and individual food stuff to whole seasons
Oh, the
is
last one's gonna be real fun.
okay. All right, so it's in a movie theater tub, so that means I probably paid like $25 for it. It's a 4 or 4 5. It's bad.
It's bad. It's real bad. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Price of popcorn at movie theaters is ridiculous. Highway robbery. All right. Well, if you haven't seen this coming by now, then I don't know what to say. You have the band Corn
The band corn.
as number 4 by default. So, love it or hate it, it's your number 4
No,
today.
you know what? I think that's appropriate. Corn, the band Corn is better than movie theater popcorn. It's definitely not better. They're not better than winter. They're not better than summer, and they're not better than actual corn by itself. So I think this worked out.
Okay. Okay. Very fair. The one other image I thought about grabbing was I don't know, it was that viral video that was going around, that kid that was like, "I love corn." I was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
have that snippet in there, but and then ditch popcorn, but yeah, I didn't want it to fall on to someone not really knowing what that reference was and have it completely miss. So,
I'll
but
send you a similar video after this.
okay.
Um, that you'll get a laugh out of. That is, I don't think we can put in the interview. So
Okay. All right. All right. No worries. Well, what did you think of the 5? This is like a relatively new game for the show.
I like it.
You
It's
like it?
the abstract and nonsensical nature of it is top tier.
Yep, I appreciate it. Man, so obviously that was a lot that we could have continued to cover, but this is a great time to be able to. We'll hit on the nugget of knowledge first before I get too far. So the nugget of knowledge is really geared towards those individuals that are looking to break into, the world of spice in general. So for this, with you having a business experience, what would be something that you would, give as a nugget of knowledge to an individual looking to enter, the world of spice, whether that be through the food side or through product making or growing? What advice would you give them?
Pay more attention to people. Then obviously get your craft down, but like once you enter a business, pay attention to people, not necessarily your product. Money's attached to people. People like your customers are people, right? They're gonna hand you money. They have to feel good about it. Pay attention to your customers. Pay attention to who they are, your demographic. That matters way more, and the relationships that you have with them than anything else, really.
Very well said. So here's the fun part. You were nominated on the hot seat. So this is your chance to put somebody else on the hot seat. Hot seat is someone that you think would make a great guest for the show.
The owner of Dragonfire Hot Sauce, has he been on here?
He has not.
Cool. Him.
All right. I'll be reaching out. We'll be setting up a time to be able to work with both of our schedules and have you on here. Last but not least, how can everyone find you? This also benefits those that are just audio listening on Apple Podcasts.
Elote Blanco, LLC.com or at gmail.com, or you can hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, any of that kind of stuff. So Fuego Fruit Cove or Elote Blanco. If you type in any of those into Google, they'll pop up too.
All right, there we go. Very nice.
We have a website and a location coming soon as well, so look out for that too.
Thank you so much, Gerald, for coming on. Once again, so much more we could talk and dive in on. Definitely with you having the experience in the not only the food side of the world, but also the growing side, and really being able to crank out product for other sauce makers to be able to benefit from in the DFW area. So if y'all are looking to add some peppers to your overall grow, highly recommend checking out Gerald and getting in there with him so that, to get some contract grows going on for your sauce company. And hey, man, thank y'all so much for being a part of this here tonight. But man, if this is your first time checking out the show, thank you so much for being here and a part of the show. And hey, we had two amazing sauces on Hot or Not tonight from T0tsauce. We had the pineapple and we had the mijo. Both of those will be linked down below, as well as the main website. All of Gerald's contact information for Fuego Fruit Co. and Elote Blanco will be linked down below, so you can keep in touch with Gerald, and you can take a look at T0tsauce from the full offerings as well as the direct links. And man, if you are looking to grow your brand, start your brand, you hit a bump in the road and you're trying to figure things out, highly recommend checking out podvision.io for all your needs and get you rolling down the road in the right way. But hey, episode 56. I'm Brandon Swear, and from everything from the world of hot, this has been The Swear Word.